To create is to love something into reality, into existence. Upon meditating about which master would like to come today, I received very early this morning, ending at 4:44 a.m. my time, a beautiful short message from the Divine Director. And his message is on co-creativity as the key to discovering our God identity. Co-creativity as the key to discovering our God identity. So this will be more of a discourse. And then after I'm done, hopefully there'll be some time and we can have a darshan where you can ask questions of the master. So the Divine Director says that creative thinking, creative meditation, creative prayers, creative work, creative relationships, creative planning, and creative holidays are important for the initiate. Because when we act as co-creators with God, and everything that we do, every activity, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Every aspect of our life can involve creativity because we are sons and daughters of God. We can align with our Lord God. We can then design with God. We can then refine what we create. And then ultimately we sign off on our creation by releasing it into the world. So we align, design, refine, and then sign off. If we're not aligned first with our source, what will our creations look like? They'll be from the human level. And yet, if we align with the will of God and with the divine blueprint of being, then the majesty of heaven takes hold of our creations and they become amazing. So the Divine Director says today that divine direction actually involves a lot of divine design. So as much as he is directing things spiritually in our lives and for the planet and for the seventh root race and the evolutions of Earth at this time, a lot of what he does is involved in designing the future within the eternal now and working with initiates, us, co-creators, to bring forth this beautiful blueprint of a new era, the Aquarian Age. He says that to direct anything, you must first have a blueprint, an understanding of the dynamics of what it is that you are actually directing. A conductor of an orchestra has to know all the music of all the musicians, every instrument. So the score that the director has, the conductor, is of all the instruments. And when they come in, what they play, it's an amazing alchemy to be a conductor. And that's really what the Divine Director is. He's a Manuic conductor of divine energies and light and sound and co-creative activities for the entire earth and all souls evolving now. So this divine blueprint is conceived, imagined, detailed, engineered, and then manifest. It's built, made, or fabricated with light, with consciousness, with holy energy of spirit. When we design something to glorify God. It is deity or God signing through us the perfect blueprint. So design, deity signing through us the perfect blueprint, a beautiful matrix of perfection, something original, novel, unique, imaginative. So we are made in the image and likeness of God. Have we really contemplated what that means? Our individual blueprint is immaculate. Our design is magnanimous. Our likeness is artistically fresh and rich in a type of heavenly fashion. We think of what we wear as part of the fashion of the day, right? So when we co-create artistically in a novel and beautiful way, we can enter into this activity consciously with a lot of fun, flair, and sometimes even a little frivolity, because God is an amazing being who likes to have fun with us and likes us to have fun with the cosmos, with creation. So we can try every day to co-create something wonderful, beautiful, imaginative, and unique. Every day. What are we waking up to create today? He says. We have the power, we have the commission, we have the authority, and the ability to do this, to co-create. To create is to love something into reality, into existence, into a pure state of being. Ultimately, something that has a high frequency, a good or great vibration. Remember the song in the 60s, Good Vibrations? Well, now we're expected to have great vibrations. So, what is your vibration like today? What is your frequency? Are you articulate? And that word articulate, the word art is in there, articulate. We articulate things in a creative way when we are spirit beings fulfilling our destiny as God created men and women and children. So, as co creators, we have a true and noble purpose. We have a true and noble purpose to expand the original creation with new intentions, new ideas, new energy, new fire, and new joy. If what you create doesn't excite you or bring joy and happiness and laughter and fun, maybe you should go back to the drawing board and consider adding something with your particular divine mindfulness and heart-centered spirit to bring out that special nature that you and only you can co-create with and employ. Creativity is what brings us true happiness and ultimately God's success and God victory. Can we be happy, truly happy, if we're not creating or co-creating? I don't think so. This is beyond human success and achievement, which is always temporal or temporary. Divine happiness comes when our works are stamped with the approval of God with the sacred words, "Well done, faithful servant." Well done, faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will now make you a director over many, an initiator of new cycles of light. New fire from the altars of heaven can come now and be employed because you have been constant. You have been harmonious. You have been one in whom I can trust and entrust with this creative energy of spirit through what you are co-creating. To be well done means that our work is fired in the kilns of heaven. A kiln, K-I-L-N in English, is one of those little ovens that bakes pottery and fires it so that it becomes strong and not just clay, but it's actually now hardened so it will last. We can use it. To be well done means it's roasted to perfection, whereby we can now savor it and enjoy it in a divine way. It's interesting that the New Testament speaks of this approbation that God gives to someone who has worked hard and working hard has glorified God in the process. Well done, good and faithful servant. Well done. Think of going to a restaurant and having something cooked in a well done fashion. Well, we're cooked by the fires of heaven when we enter into transmutation, which is changing an element from one phase into another, or changing a substance from one element to another. We are being changed every day. We are being transformed, transmuted, both with the violet light and the violet flame, violet songs, dancing, with the seventh ray action of this freedom light that is part and parcel to the age of Aquarius dawning, the golden crystal age of Aquarius. It's all about transmutation. It's all about freedom, all about forgiveness, all about liberty and justice. And of course, it's about love. So just as we as parents revere our children, so God savors and enjoys each and every one of us, God's children, the sons and daughters of the one eternal God, the one light. Even if we temporarily go astray, like the prodigal son, eventually we will return to the banquet feast of the Lord and enjoy the company of the saints, reunite with our source, our I am God presence, and then live in that state of immortality, the immutability of pure light and love and joy and ecstasy and bliss. This is our goal. It's not escapism. It's the completion of cycles. It's the way that we fulfill our purpose, our destiny, by entering into that state of divine design and co-creativity that God has commissioned and employed us to enter into, and then manifesting it with zeal and flair, articulate it with the beauty of our soul, the essence of our spirit. Wafting upon the ethers and bringing the magic of the moment into play. Ultimately, creativity is about divine magic. We are white magicians. We are heaven's physicians, even as we are divine magicians or white magicians. The Magi brought the gifts to the Christ child: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. What are we bringing to God and one another, God and the world? What are we employing? What are we entering into with our creative spirit to bring something new and magical into play? We can ask ourselves this each morning. And then, actually, what I like to do is at night before I retire, I plan my next day. I have all the major things that I would like to accomplish, and I try to put the hard ones first. although I usually do my spiritual work first. Prayer, meditation, exercise, energization exercises, my rosary, and then showering and getting ready for the day's work. God bless each and every one of you for being co-creators and discovering this key to your God identity, because sometimes we get down on ourselves when we're not doing what we could be doing because we're not feeling creative. We're not feeling that special oomph or that artistry manifesting from within us. So, how do we draw it forth so that we can do it? Well, we have to show up. And you show up day after day, and you will have some days that are not so great. Maybe the biorhythms or the phases of the moon are not so wonderful. Yet, if you keep showing up, there will be days when you are inspired, you are inspired, you have entered into this co creative spirit where the divine design flows, the divine design grows, and then you will be truly happy as a lovely one, as a true son or daughter of God. So thank you, Divine Director.